So I'm not sure if I'm going to call today's video a no frills video because generally speaking, a no frills video, I try to aim for that video to become 5 minutes or less. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, how you doing today? I want to talk to you today about our own supply chain issues. We're hearing a lot of stories about possible strikes. Now, I record a couple of days sooner than the time that you actually view the video. Because if I didn't do that, well, if something ever happened, then you wouldn't have a video up, and I don't like that for you. Anyway, excuse me, please. Um, at this time, there's a strike looming, okay, for the longshoreman strike. And that would be, I believe, for October 1 when this video is going to air. So maybe by the time you're viewing this, the strike will have been averted. And that is something I would love to hear. Because from every single thing that I have heard on the news, it could affect literally, economically speaking, it could disrupt the supply chain to the tune of the economy, rather, to the tune of about 5 billion, would it be $5 billion a day? Did I really hear that? Oh my word. So yeah, that's what I thought I heard. But let's dial it back. Not talking about the longshoreman strike. That is a huge issue. I don't even want to touch that. All right. But however, we can consider our own homes as houses of places where we have definitely our own supply chain. What do I mean by that? Did you ever notice, like, let's have a cold, okay? And you're down on your groceries, don't have a lot, and the cold gets a little worse and might be the flu, whatever. You're really not in the mood of going to the grocery store and stuff of that nature. And everything seems off base at home because you don't have all the stuff that you normally do. Well, thankfully today, tap, 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 and you could get a delivery, okay? Which is such a blessing. It really, really is such a blessing. But that is part of our own personal supply chain issue. That's why it's important to plan ahead. And with all the stuff, and I mean it, all the stuff that is going on in our world today, especially, with the big day coming up in a couple of weeks and just not knowing how, everything's going to be. I mean, life is full of uncertainties under normal conditions, okay? But at this time, I mean, there are just so many strange conditions that I can't even list. It only stands to reason that we, as our own, and I always refer to us as our own chief executive officers of our own homes, apartment, RV, space, room, whatever, wherever your living quarters is, we are the CEOs of our own lives, and especially of our own living space. And how do we manage that? How are we managing with our own supply chain? Just like those days where you're not feeling great and you don't have that maybe person to help you, even to make you a cup of tea. Ever get a day like that where everybody has to, they're not home, they're doing what they have to do during the day, and you're, home not feeling well. And it seems like a big trip from your bed to the stove or the microwave or the pot, wherever, wherever you're boiling water to make yourself a cup of tea, right? It seems like, oh my word, like your own weird supply chain issue. This is why it's important to stock up, okay? And I can't emphasize enough. There's so many reasons. We're in the fall now. We're in the what I call the pre-holiday season. It's like the pre-game show. So there are wonderful sales to be had around this time of the year more than ever. Usually around now, you know what they are. You've done it before. You could look it up, and I'm sure I'm going to be making videos about that in the not so distant future. But we are responsible for our own supply chain. Don't you feel off guard when you don't have some of the necessities that you could swear on purpose to yourself? I know I bought this. I know I bought this, this, that, or whatever. This is why it is important for us to take our own inventories, our own stockpiles seriously. Make that trip around your pantry, and it's not just the stuff that's in, the closet or the shelving. This includes your freezer. This includes, your refrigerator. Everything is all together. Take that little assessment. Of course, when you're feeling better is the, most optimal time. What can you do to build upon it? What can we do to build upon it? Is it time to go shopping? Um, if you have issues carrying things because you have a bad back or whatever, then I say go for it. Get that delivery. Get those cases of soups and heavy things delivered right to your door. Some things are just worth a little extra cost. You see where I'm going with this, but this is the perfect time. So here's my suggestion on this No Frills Tuesday that ran a few seconds over, and that's okay. Once in a while, it's going to happen because if I have to make a point, I have to make a point. You can always click it off and come back at another time. It's very important. I would say more now than ever. I don't know how I could be clearer about this. More now than ever. If you need to order stuff from the store, yes, go for it. Of course, you want the best price, but take that minute, take a deep breath, and just be ready for anything, whether it's supply chain issues from outside. But we create our own mess when we don't acknowledge our inventory, when we leave things going, and then we think for sure we have them, and then when the time comes you really need it, not there. And then you pay a higher price and it's inconvenient. You see where I'm going with this. So this is just my urgent plea for anyone at this time. Take a look at your stockpile. If it needs to be refilled, now's the time to do it. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Come back at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday through Friday, for my longer form content. Don't forget to click like, share, and consider subscribing. Thank you.